And as per usual, I mean, like, what hasn't she been complaining about? The TikTok ban, Rednote, her making money, her going to Comic-Con and spending way too much money when she's supposed to be saving money. Also, one of the most outlandish claims Tophia has made as of late is that so many people are jealous of her good looks. More specifically, white women. I mean, she's been pretty busy lately, and we covered Toph a lot a few weeks back around Christmas time, but it's ramping up again, ladies and gentlemen, and this whole Tophish world she lives in is getting pretty hectic. You see, I never made a video on it, but a few weeks back, Tophiachu was accused of being a predator too, with sending text messages or like Snapchat messages to a 15-year-old girl, claiming that he was 16 himself despite being like a 20 or 30-year-old man. Now, since no further proof came out about this, I decided to just wait and see what would happen, and eventually Tophia responded herself by saying that she's not responding, and that it's all bullshit. And this is right after she claimed to never talk on things unless she has 100% proof of it. And despite these screenshots being out there, she wouldn't look at them and just blatantly said, nope, it's not Brotherchu. Now listen, there's no name on there that says it is, but for her to pass it off as quickly as she heard it while being somebody who looked through all the proof just shows that she didn't care enough to even look. Because if Brotherchu was doing that, Tophia would still defend him, just because she knows it would make her look bad too. And trust me, there's some weight to this Brotherchu stuff. People in their real lives have come out and say that that's where they got those screenshots, but I'll be honest here, until there's like absolute definitive proof, we're just gonna put this one to the side. Knowing this family's track record, though, it's something to keep in mind. But that's what happened about a week or two back, and now Tophia has set her mind and all her focus on the TikTok ban and going to enjoy herself, because who needs to save money for a house when you're Tophia? And the other day, she went to Comic-Con with Mamachu, where this beautiful photo was taken. And I don't know who got this specific one, but to catch Mamachu in the act just looking exactly how she does right here is wild. And, you know, you might be wondering again, isn't this girl homeless? Isn't she supposed to be saving money? Any money that comes in, that is. And yeah, she is, but not on this day, because she felt the need to buy two $150 tickets, one for her, one for Mamachu, and that's not even counting all the money they spent in there. You'll hear Tophia say it at a later point, but she found it necessary to go get autographs from the cast of Good Burger. Okay, you know, maybe you enjoyed Good Burger as a kid. You're like, holy shit, I love Keenan and Kel. Were they both there? I don't know, probably just Kel. Keenan, Keenan needs to be there for Saturday Night Live every week, so can't be him. And who's paying $150 or even anything close like that for an autograph of just Kel? I know I'm not. Who else was in Good Burger that you want an autograph from? Dan Snyder? I don't know what Tophia spent all her money on, but I do know it was autographs from a bunch of people and shit like that. And it's, you want to spoil yourself, that's fine, but when you're homeless and all, what are you even going to do with these? Just tape them to the car or something so people walk by and go, huh, is that Kel from Keenan and Kel's autograph on that car? What? And that's basically what she did. She went, pissed away a bunch of money there, and now she's telling people, you don't tell her how to spend her money. You know, she can go get an apartment herself if she wants. She has money, and then you'll find out later in the video that she's really, really mad at TikTok for not giving her such a little amount of money. I'm spoiling everything here, but I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, considering I haven't been able to make videos in a bit. Had a bit of a health thing with one of my teeth in the back there. Hurts like a bitch still, but we're getting through it. But let me tell you something right now. I've been talking about all this over on my Twitter, @SmokeyMcC, so go follow me there. Especially with everything getting banned, that's one place that'll probably stay pretty cool for a while. So yeah, if you want to follow me and follow along with this stuff as it happens, slide over there. So let's start, let's start around the 16th when Tophia was talking about all the Comic-Con stuff, and then we'll get to today where Tophia has been, oh man, she's been going off about that TikTok ban big time.
Use your words to tell me something that I'm not gonna care or listen to. Why would you go to Comic-Con when you have no house? Why would you run your mouth so I don't have to hear you or listen? Because let's be honest, you're running your mouth way too much. You're talking a little too much. You're typing a little too loud, and I really don't care. Because you telling me is not going to make me care anymore. Maybe worry about you. and I'm worrying about myself. I have more than enough money to do what I need to do to also go to Comic-Con and help my family out after Comic-Con, which I'm not telling anyone anything because I'm not trying to get myself doxxed or trying to get myself harassed. So it's none of your business. Maybe worry about yourself and I'll worry about me. Okay, thank you.
Look, you might not be too aware of this girl and her past if you're like watching this video as a first-time viewer of her, but that's such a disgusting comment for her to make, to just basically admonish anyone calling her out, rightfully so, for spending money that her family can't afford to spend on this frivolous Comic-Con visit. And if that's already not just terrible enough, the way she's trying to act, trying to tell people that no, she's all good and all these people are wrong and should just shut up, is by saying that they need to mind their own business, because it's not their business what her family's plan is with the money they have. And she says that in almost every one of her live streams, like a few times each time she does it too. She'll always bring it up, and it's her way of saying, hey, I spent all the money we have, and, don't ask me about it. Don't ask me about this stuff. I have no plan. We have no future plans to get a house, but, mind your own business, because you asking about it is you just just worry about yourself. Now, I'm going to sit here and talk about everyone on TikTok from the top on down, and you in the chat, you mind your own business when it comes to me. She says that, she has plenty of money to do this and to do other things and to support her family, but you clearly don't. If you did, you wouldn't still be living out of a car. It's not like this has been happening for only a few days until they get on their feet. It's been months now. Tophiachu needs a place to actually live. She is an elderly woman, for Christ's sakes. And you know what? I say that, and I'm trying to defend Tophiachu a bit, but she doesn't give a fuck. Tophiachu has said on numerous occasions that this is Tophia's job. Why should she have to get a job because you people tell her to? And I've brought it up before, and I might sound like a broken record, but that's why, at the end of the day, that old woman reaps what she sows. You're the reason Tophia's this way because you condone it. I put out a tweet about this the other day, but Tophia is somebody who says that she can't even stand for a few hours. Going to Comic-Con to her, she said her feet were killing her at the end of the day. This is despite them just being there for a few hours. And she's 30. I don't know how old any of you guys are watching this, but I'll walk down the street and see a 50-year-old man just doing gardening, mowing his lawn. Not having that much of a problem standing on his feet for too long. And you, Tophia, again, are a 30-year-old able-bodied woman with no prior health problems. She likes to say sometimes that she has an eating disorder, but there's never been any proof of that, and it's kind of just seeming like it's Tophia's way of saying, yeah, I eat a lot, but here's my excuse. If you just got out and got on your feet, you could go get a job for your family and really help them out, but she refuses, and she's just withering away in the process. I know it sounds pretty harsh, but these are the years where you gotta get up off your feet before it's too late. Because if you're 40 and you've been sitting there since you've been 15, not moving a muscle, maybe getting up to go to the fridge or to go take a piss once or twice a day, you're gonna be in for a rude awakening. And again, I know I'm sounding pretty mean right here, but look, I've had about 12 days of just sitting on my ass, not being able to even open my mouth, and watching all these lolcow videos. I've watched a bunch of movies and different stuff too, a bunch of documentaries on Oasis and Britpop and stuff. It's been an odd couple of weeks, but the one constant has been Tophia's bitching, and I have a lot to say about all the ranting and raving she does, because it's horrible.
Yeah. No, it's too late for your face. It's not too late for my face. All the people that be lying saying I look 40, that's a lie. There are white women that look older than I do. There are women in general that look older than I do. Let's not lie. Let's not tell yourselves a lie. Because nobody, well actually, yeah, there was. Lots of people wasn't calling me old until all this stuff came out. You guys are flip-flop ass, two-faced ass fuckers. I'm just gonna say, you're a two-faced fucker. Because nobody was being like this to an extent, except when the videos went viral. But a lot of people was defending me. The same people defending me flip-flopped. It was like, you're ugly and old. And those were the same people saying that I was pretty. Let's be fucking for real. I do not look old. Not at all. And I'm about to be 31. Let's not lie. You want to lie to make yourselves feel better because you feel old. That's got nothing to do with me. You ain't going to tell me I look old because you feel like you're 40. Because your back hurts like it's 50. That got nothing to do with me. That's a you problem, not a me problem. I don't understand women tearing down women to make themselves feel better. And some of you guys look like you smoked 2 packs of Marlboros a day. Like, yeah. Why are we shaming people for getting old? That makes no sense, considering the fact I don't look old.
I mean, fuck. Like, she's for real. That's what she thinks. That's what she believes, and she's entitled to think that. But fuck. I mean, like, listen to yourself, she looks way better than other women. White women look way older than her, and I don't know where she pulled that out of, just, the white woman bag of tricks she always uses when she needs to. Yeah, like, feel pretty in your own skin, girl. Fuck yeah, like, do you. I'm all for it. Body positivity, but you don't believe that. She doesn't believe that. That's why she was deflecting when she said, oh, you're 30 and you're ugly. You're 50 years old with back pain. She just recently brought up having back pain. This one, and also she dropped 3 F-bombs in there. Now, she curses a fair bit, but not that much in a rapid succession. That comment really got to her, as it would for most women being called ugly. That's like a soft spot, for most women, if not all women. But, I mean, just hearing her say it's like, really? But in preparation for the TikTok ban, Tophia joined Rednote, only to quickly leave Rednote after some woman claimed it was racist. Now, Tophia spent many hours informing people of this fact, but, she tried other alternatives too. And here's her now, talking about the problems with Rednote and other apps that she's looking to try, where all you have to do is watch stuff to get paid. Because at the end of all this, you're going to find out something really shocking about Tophia. And that shocking fact is that she doesn't give a shit about her audience or anyone who watches her. All she wants is money out of this. She really thinks that she's just going to be able to make a killing, enough to buy herself all the luxuries in the world, if she just keeps making videos and ignores the people in the comments who I guess are trolling her. I mean, at one point she brings up having her own clothing line, but again, I'm getting way too far into this. Let's listen to Tophia right now complain about the other apps before TikTok got shut down.
Let's talk about it while I'm shopping. You said you don't want me on Rednote good. And you obviously don't care about the Chinese people, because one girl is bawling her eyes out because now she cannot receive news because everyone flocked to this Chinese app, and the news that they were receiving, that because they don't live in China, they separated by IP addresses. So the Chinese people that live here in America, their IP address is international, meaning that whatever news is being aired in China, they won't be able to see it. So if something is important and they need to see the news because of, their family, or make sure everything's okay in China, because they're here in America, they can't do that. So you won't be able to see Chinese people that post content on Rednote, and the people in China that are on the Rednote app won't be able to see your videos that you're posting from America, because now the IP addresses are going to be separate. They're already in talks of that. There are a lot of Chinese people who are crying because now they cannot receive news. So yeah, you know what? And not only that, you just gave your information to a Chinese app. And I know people are going to say, well, all apps have our information. When you delete the app, they still have your information stored. And when you delete the app, they still have access to all your content. They can use it however they want. They don't have to pay you. It's a communist country. People fail to realize that you can be extradited from here to China if you break a law and have to face years in prison in China. And you think that's bad. Chinese prisons are different than American prisons. They're very different than American prisons. People think that it's like free speech over there. The LGBTQ is censored because of how they are in Chinese. People fail to realize that. Social justice things cannot be posted there, like racism, all of that sorts. It's not going to fly on that app. It's just going to have to be kiddie videos and makeup tutorials or recipes. And it's not going to show you real life. You're not going to be able to post racism or talk about that stuff. And real life matters are not going to be allowed on Rednote. So to all you people that flock to Rednote, you ain't going to get reality.
Firstly, she doesn't care that people can't talk with their relatives over in China. That's just something for her to use as an excuse to sound smart. Secondly, everything she brought up right there about China being a communist country, she read that all offline right before she made this post. And you can tell that she did that because why would she... One of the funniest things she says is, I know a lot of you think China has free speech. Who? Who said that? Who told you that China has free speech? I'm sorry. Like she just says stuff. She tries to sound so smart. Like you can see it here as like the overlay, the background footage. There's little smirks she does. She's like, "Oh, yous didn't know this. I'm about to school you." When you're just saying things that you saw on another TikTok that probably aren't true. China's not going to extradite you because you post some LGBT stuff on this Rednote app. I don't know. I don't know why she's so against this stuff. She thinks she's like she's like speaking out like she's an activist. Like, you people need to know not to join this app. When, like, you download it, right? I imagine, so you download this Rednote app. You're going to click on it. You're not going to be able to understand it if you don't speak Chinese, and you're probably going to uninstall it. But then, ladies and gentlemen, the unthinkable happened. TikTok actually got banned just about like 10 hours ago from when I'm recording this, and Tophia flocked right to Instagram. I'm pretty sure it's another one of those apps that she's supposed to be boycotting, but because the situation fits what she needs, it's time to go live on there. Well, she didn't go live, she posted a bunch of stories. So I went over, I recorded them, and we're going to react to all of them now, because this is Tophia's initial reaction to seeing that TikTok is gone, off the grid, and apparently not coming back until like a week or so.
TikTok, you better pay people the money you owe them. I am owed $180 that I can't even access because the app is down. Let me tell you something. Biden said he's not going to enforce the law on TikTok, right? They don't have to shut down their app. They're doing this mindfuck game, right? And then to thank Donald Trump in trying to help TikTok when he's the reason why TikTok is banned. Let me tell you something. 100 and some million people lost their jobs because Mr. Shu wants to have his head up his ass and not help the fucking creators. He doesn't have to do that to y'all. Mr. Shu just said fuck you and like cut your guy's job off. Now we can't even access TikTok because it says TikTok is closed. What the fuck? It's not even Sunday. It's still Saturday.
So before I say anything, keep that $180 dollar amount in your mind, because that's going to become very important shortly. But Tophia is not having it. She's mad at Biden for not saving it. She's mad at TikTok for for actually listening when Biden said he wouldn't do anything. Why would you dare ban it then? It's not even Sunday yet. And it's so funny when just 2 short weeks ago, she was singing a completely different tune. She didn't care that TikTok was going to get banned. As a matter of fact, she was happy about it. And that's because she wasn't getting treated right. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it all comes back to Tophia. She didn't care that all these other people were going to lose their platforms. She just cared that they didn't do enough to save hers. And now that the day has come that TikTok's actually banned, well, now you hear it in Tophia's voice. She really cared, and she always did. But, she was saying stuff like this only a week or 2 back.
So now you're all losing your accounts. Ha 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 ha. And I don't care because everywhere I go viral. I went to Lemonade and I got 6,000 followers. And I got an opportunity. So I'm going to have to message them back. But yeah, and I'm actually going to get help. So there's that. So all I have to say is I don't give a crap. Let TikTok go. I'm not going to be sad because I was greatly affected by TikTok because TikTok didn't do nothing but allow people to bully me.
So yeah, she didn't care. It didn't matter because she wasn't having a good time on there. Nobody should. But again, now that it's actually happened, she's terrified of it because she lost her one source of income. Every month she would get $180, which I have to repeat again. Just keep that dollar amount in your mind.
And then he wants to make it so that no other person, right, has a job now. Even Joe Biden said he's not going to enforce the law. TikTok's the one that shut the app down, not the government. They have a choice to not shut it down, but they did. No one's forcing them to shut down their app and ban it. You're the one who fucked creators over. Shu, creators are not going to come back to the app if TikTok comes back. You can't even use the app because Mr. Shu was the one. It just bothers me because I don't know. I am so pissed off because there are people that have $30,000 in TikTok that is no longer going to have their money cash out because I hope my money cashes out next Wednesday. I hope I get my money next Wednesday. That's all I hope. If not, TikTok's going to have a large lawsuit on their hands not paying people. You can't shut down your app without paying everybody out all the money that they're owed. This is so fucked up, and it's the fact that we sat here to try to fight for an app when Mr. Xu said nah, he was gonna ban it anyways because Joe Biden's not enforcing the law, so why did you have to shut it down? No, they wanted to hurt people. That's what they wanted.
She brings up how she cares because people who have like $30,000 aren't going to get paid out. And then she immediately just jumps to, well, I hope I get paid out. Look, I would assume they are going to pay these people out because as she brings up, they probably would have a big lawsuit on their hands, but she threatens it for her sake because she needs that 180. You know, like that's everything to her right now. And I'm not putting my nose up and saying that $180 is not like a good amount of money. It's just that in the situation she's in, that's just one Comic-Con ticket. And you're going to waste it in a day. Like a week ago, you didn't give a shit about any of this. But now, you know, you're ruining people's lives, this, that, and the third. Like Tophia, again, only cares because it's affecting her. She could give a flying fuck if it affected anybody else. She doesn't care about Joe Schmo's $30,000. She cares about her money and that's it. She's the most selfish person there is. Because if TikTok were to only send her 180 and nobody else a dime, she'd be fine with that. She wouldn't give a damn.
People have lost their houses in fires and literally are losing their jobs on TikTok. It is so crazy. Like, I can't even. Like, this is so fucking insane. And I meant to say Mr. Show. I think that's how you say it. Not Mr. Xu, sorry. Mr. Show. Like, yeah, fuck Mr. Show.
What the fuck did Bob and David ever do to you? This girl's a problem with everybody. Look, all jokes aside though, did you hear what she said at the beginning? Because like that really floored me. People are losing their houses in fires right now. Like, yes, Tophia, they are. But why are you using that now as a defense mechanism for yourself? You're trying to be like, oh, guilt-tripping TikTok through the plights of other people that you are not going through. That's a hellish experience those people are going through right now, and you know nothing about it. And now you just want to use it as something as a defense. It's always disgusting when she does this.
Like, you're over here literally knowing that Joe Biden said he's not going to enforce the law. But you cut the app for people. You have people fight and say all of this and then make this video literally kiss-assing Donald Trump after millions of your users are losing their jobs. I don't get it. This guy is a... I don't know. I'm just glad that I'm going to be making content on YouTube. Fuck that app. I'm going to go to YouTube. I'm going to talk about myself. I'm gonna, make a living, and I'm gonna get the fuck out of everyone's way. I don't mean get the fuck out of everyone's way, but I need to be financially stable. I can't fucking depend on TikTok. I want to do YouTube videos. I want to have my own clothing line.
I've said it a million times, but she is 110% completely delusional. She thinks, well, TikTok's gone, but I'll just jump to YouTube and make a thriving career there. Because she needs, quote-unquote, financial stability. Like, the idea of a real job never pops into her head. It only pops into her head when she can, like, ixnay it and go, no, that's not an option. Back to the online shit. Tophia, take it from a YouTuber, it's not financially stable. You have to work a real job. You have to like do something in the world because you can't rely on some random website to just pay your bills for the rest of your life. And of course that's easy for her to say because she's never worked a real job for more than like a week or two. She worked at Dunkin' Donuts once and it wasn't like an extended tenure there. She was gone fairly quickly. She has no idea of the real world and I think that's why it scares her so much. That day or two she spent at Dunkin' Donuts gives her PTSD. She said it before that a big reason she doesn't get a real job is because it would be too overwhelming for her mental health, which is something that, listen, mental health is a legitimate issue. Nobody should deny that. But in this day and age, People have been bred to think that that's a genuine excuse to never progress their lives. And listen, I might sound like a piece of shit here, but I think that's what Tophia's doing there. It's a job, Tophia. Everybody in the world needs to get one. You can't just say it's too stressful and that's that. You are genuinely not going to be able to live your life with that mentality. And especially now that TikTok's banned and you have zero sources of income, like, what are you going to do now? Like, you heard her in the beginning, she's so pissed off about that $180, but what's that gonna do for you in the long run? Nothing. That's the answer. We all know, again, I brought it up, she'll spend it within the day. And is this the way you plan to continue living your life, getting a once-a-month paycheck for under $200? At that point, you should just go get a job. But as we always mention, she refuses to do so, even when explaining. She says it herself, tries to go, no, it's not worth it. But when she explains how a job would affect her life, it's drastically better than the situation she's in right now. And she doesn't even know she's explaining it that way.
I want to have my own business because, sorry, it's cold. Jobs, right? A 9-to-5 job is not secure, and I don't want to work for $600 an hour. That's just, it's not $600 an hour, but you know, the minimum wage, and then you'll be making $600 every 2 weeks. That's not enough to live off of. On top of that, right, you also have social media, which is not 100% secure. Social media isn't 100% secure when it comes to that. So I want to have a business outside of TikTok where I don't have to depend on social media. You know, I have my business.
And how the fuck do you plan on getting there? This sounds like a kid explaining to his parents what he wants to do with his life when he's 13 years old. Like, I want to have my own business. I want to make tons of money and do what I love online. And guess what? It's a pie in the sky wish, and you get real lucky if you get to do that. But Tophia, you're not one of the lucky ones. You're one of the very, very unfortunate ones who doesn't have a thriving fan base. You have a group of haters who track your every move just to specifically fuck with you. And I think in her mind, she's going to have this bustling internet career that she can then take all the profits from and turn it into a real life business. But again, when the profits are $180 a month, that's not going to help. And you know what would? Getting $600 every 2 weeks, because that's what I've been on about this whole time, about keep that $180 amount in your mind, because listen to that. She's been waiting for this money. I've been bringing this up. It's not like it's a 1 month thing. I think she's been waiting for this specific payment for 2 or 3 months. That's one of the big reasons while she's been sitting in the car while homeless, she's been saying she doesn't need to get a job, because she's waiting for this paycheck. And she blatantly says that $600 every 2 weeks, that's not enough to live off of. But the $180 every month is? You're just saying that because you're making something online. And you can then say, oh, it's my job. That's bullshit. If you're not making enough to live off of, it's not your fucking job. Tophia does not understand that if she went out and got even a part-time job, she would be making drastically more than she is online. But let's be for real here. Even though all she talks about is how much she wants the money, the thing about the real job, it's not about money. It's about her getting off her ass. She's too lazy to go get a real job. That real job could probably pay her $2,000 to $3,000 a month, and she'd still go, nah, not having it. Rather be online and get my YouTube career off the ground. You know what's going to happen when she comes to YouTube? Cyrax stuff is going to happen. And if you don't know what Cyrax stuff is, I mean that every time she posts a video, it is going to get reported into the ground. She might not even do anything offensive, but people do not like Tophia. Now, I'm not sitting here condoning this. I'm just telling you the reality of what's going to happen. Trust me, I make videos on this stuff. I've seen it happen time and time again. And when someone tries to get monetized, someone who's in Tophia's position, her haters and trolls are going to not let that happen, come hell or high water. Again, am I saying this is fair? No, but it's going to happen. It's just the reality of how the internet works when you're someone in Tophia's shoes, a lolcow per se, whatever you want to define Tophia as. And if someone could try to get that through to her, that it's a cruel reality, but it is her reality, she would just go, well, then they need to stop and let me live my life. And it's the same thing all these people say, and it won't happen. And it's like, I hear myself saying this, right? And I'm like, look, everyone deserves a chance to go for what they dream. Tophia wants some bustling online career. But I'm also a realist, and I can tell you that will never happen. And I wish somebody who like Tophia actually would listen to, would tell her this, that there's no chance of that happening because of like the position she's in currently. And it's like I said, I'd love to see her reaction on that personally, because I don't think she'd ever take it serious. We're gonna be watching her in 10 years still doing the same thing and wondering why she hasn't like made her nut yet. Wondering why that all these years have gone by. Even now, she's been online for quite a long time, and it still hasn't hit her of why I'm not like in a better position. She spent years and years online, has millions of views, has tons of people who like her content. Not literally, I mean literally just hit the heart button on it. And yet, she's still living in a fucking car. It'll never sink in. It really won't.
The crazy part about it is like someone's laughing that they took Lemonade. I wasn't monetized on Lemonade. The apps that they took are, besides the TikTok app where I was monetized, it's not the only app where I'm monetized. I'm monetized on Instagram, and I'm also monetized on YouTube. So them taking Lemonade doesn't affect me because I had 6,000 on there. Excuse me. I wasn't getting paid on Lemonade. Lemonade was not where I was gonna make money. I'm going to YouTube. That doesn't stop me. The TikTok app being banned kind of it's gonna put a lot of people homeless. A lot of people are gonna not be able to afford rent, all that stuff. So, you laughing is not no laughing matter.
No, seriously, this is no laughing matter, guys. Knock it off. Unless, of course, Tophia thinks it's a laughing matter.
But I was doxxed, I was harassed, I was stalked, I was bullied, and TikTok didn't do shit. So now you're all losing your accounts. Ha 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 ha.
Here's the thing. She's just the worst. Although, I imagine, Tophia, when she really laughs, when she actually finds something funny, she has, one of those, deep, guttural laughs. Like a pirate's laugh. Like a you know what I'm saying. I don't have, the deepest, laughing voice, but, maybe like that. I don't know. She's, she strikes me as that she's putting on a fake voice. Look, but here's another thing. In that clip we just watched, I love the way she talks about the people who follow her. Because I bring it up all the time that yes, they're mostly trolls, but in her eyes, remember, she's some star on the rise. And there's a lot of people who like her content. So it's crazy to hear her say that who gives a fuck about the 6,000 people who followed me on Lemonade. I wasn't making money off that, so I don't care. I just couldn't, I love using Twitter. I have, over 10,000 followers on there, and I just couldn't imagine sitting here and going, yo, all those people on there who follow me and I talk to, fuck them. Elon's not paying me to do that, so screw it. Why would I ever do stuff on Twitter and not get paid, right? That's crazy, right? No, it's not, Tophia. It's not, because if you actually enjoyed doing this, people would see that. You're sitting here saying that you only want to do this for money when you're already a notoriously hated individual. In what world do you think this is going to end smoothly for you? She just talks down to people. I get that people go into her chat strictly to insult her, but her petty replies are just what always get people to roll their eyes and go, this girl sucks. Because people are trolling her, baiting her to get her attention, and it always works. She goes live, I guess, every night to put on a show for people, and I don't think this show is just ranting and raving and bitching about everybody who says anything negative in your chat, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's what we turn Too High for Stupid into. Me and Kiwi Tapes' show that we do every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Cheap plug right there. We did forget the show last week, though. Well, not forgot it. Couldn't do it because of my tooth. Story for another day, but maybe that's what we should do on the show. No more, talking about the week Tophia's had. Let's just look at chat, just laser in, just stare at chat until someone says something derogatory, and just make the next 10 minutes about it. That seems like a great way to run shit.
There are lots of people that have lost their jobs due to TikTok, especially the ones that work for TikTok. You laughing, say haha, these apps got banned. it ain't gonna be so funny when there's mass homelessness. Ha 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 ha. Then what? Then what's funny? You think you can laugh because I'm homeless. You know, I've been through this situation. But those who haven't, man, it's gonna suck for them. And on top of that, you saying, haha, lemonade got banned. Haha, lemonade got banned. I don't care. I wasn't making money off of lemonade. You do know that, right? So, haha. Yeah, lemonade's banned. Ha, 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 ha. Like, what do you want me to do? Cry about it? And people are literally saying I'm crashing out. No, I'm mad because this CEO of TikTok was making us believe we needed to fight for TikTok only for him to still ban it anyways. The government had no control over that. TikTok set people up for failure. This whole time, they set people up. They could have better prepared their users. Mr. Show, whatever, however you say his name, the reason why TikTok got banned is because of him. Joe Biden said he was not going to enforce the law. So why did he stop the app from working? Knowing that there's millions of people that depend on the app for a living, for their income, for their jobs. He was the one that was having us rally behind him to save the app, only for him to decide he doesn't want the app to run anymore.
Well, I mean, look at it this way, Tophia. I don't think TikTok doesn't want the app to run anymore because they're probably losing like a staggering amount of money over this. You're unbelievable in that clip right there. Especially with the Lemonade stuff. You're talking about how bad you feel now about all these people losing their accounts. But on Lemonade, you weren't monetized. So I guess on that app, fuck them all, you know, who cares, dude? They were giving Tophia fat stacks, so who gives a shit about those people's livelihoods? She brings up that all these people are going to be homeless because of the TikTok ban. And look, let me say this. There are people who actually were like making very good money on there. People who did make their career on there. And again, it's not smart to have all your eggs in one basket. No one's going to deny that. But for those people who maybe run businesses and were relying on that money, I feel bad. But I don't feel bad in the slightest for you, Tophia, because I'll say it. You don't need that $180. You're homeless and you don't need the money. And I say that because you just waste it and another homeless person could use it far more than you could. So if you're somebody who for some fucking reason thinks to donate to this girl, donate to the fires in LA. Donate to like a homeless charity. Don't give Tophia a dime of your money because she's going to use it to go get autographs from the cast of Good Burger. Like, you're just a very morally corrupted person, Tophia, who only cares about yourself. You even bring up your family and all that you care about them so much, yet always say that if you wanted to, you could go get a one-bedroom apartment for yourself, but you don't want to leave them on the streets. And it's like, well, you know, Tophia, you could get a one-bedroom apartment for all of you. Like, why can't, you and Brother Chew share a room like it's back in the day, and Mama Chew can maybe sleep on the couch, get a nice sofa bed, or, crazy thought, give your mom the bed, the elderly woman who could probably use it. And then Brother Chew, who already probably sleeps in a cramped back seat, could probably get an air mattress, and you could pull out a sofa bed. And it's that easy. But no, she'd rather stay in the car because she wants her own room. I genuinely think this woman has this idea in her head that she is going to get a 3-bedroom apartment. A 3-bedroom apartment. I believe Mr. Medicare talked about this on his stream the other night, which you gotta catch a re-upload of, because he ripped Tophia to shreds, that she expects to get a 3-bedroom apartment for like $500. I mean, what do we say? What do we even say about all this? She's just relying on that $180 to further get them to a place that they're never going to get to because she can't save a dime. And that's really the story of Toph. We're going to keep seeing these homeless videos of her complaining about her life, trying to convince people that, she can give them advice to make their lives better, and bitching about everything under the sun. And she's never going to stop because it's all she has. And that's just a damn shame, isn't it? I don't know, man. I don't know what to say other than ain't it good to not be Tophia, and that's one thing all you guys in the comments can agree to as well. But let me know what you guys think down there in said comments, and I will catch you all in the next one. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm hurting right now. and all the locals who watch these videos are probably like, oh my god, Nova and White Bowser are loving the fact that I'm in pain right now. But we will be back and better than ever sometime this week with more videos and all the good stuff. And I'm sorry if my words are slurring, if I'm like kind of pausing too much and shit. Let's just say, heavily, I don't know if YouTube would like it, but all I know is thank you for getting to the end of this one. If it was a painful watch, I apologize, but by God, it was a watch nonetheless. I'll see you on the next one. Until that time, take care, everybody. Stay safe.